Hey friends, today I'm going to be sharing some thrifty outdoor projects with you guys and some beautiful ideas for your garden and backyard. And then I'm also going to take you along thrifting with me and show you my home decor finds as well as some new spring wardrobe items that I got for super cheap. So I hope you'll stick along with me today, and I can't wait to show you guys everything that we've been up to. Alright guys, so if you have been around here for a while, you know that this area in our backyard was filled with raised flower beds made with treated wood. When I first shared this project with you, this area was meant to be a vegetable garden and the wood was all free, but so many of you guys said, no, don't use that old treated wood for vegetables, it'll contaminate your food. So we switched gears and decided to have this be all flowers back here. Well, now we are ready to transform it into a vegetable garden. I've only grown strawberries and tomatoes, so I'm a little nervous about this project, but we have moved all of the perennials that were planted here to different areas all over the yard, which was kind of fun finding spots for all of them. And now we're just laying some extra weed barrier and building some new boxes out of cedar. So cedar should be weather resistant for a while at least, and it smells wonderful. So that's what we're using to create the boxes for the vegetables. So my husband is doing a very simple design. He's not going to miter the corners or anything like that. Basically, he is just cutting the boards down to size, and then he wanted to pre-drill some holes for his screws. We made these boxes the same exact dimensions as the old boxes, and don't worry, we saved all of that treated wood. If you caught my last video that we did on our yard updates, we actually put those same boxes up at the front of our yard as you enter into the backyard. So they turned out really cute. But here are the finished cedar vegetable garden boxes, and like I said, very simple to put together. It didn't take him long at all. I think he finished all three of them in like less than an hour. He's just drilling the boards together now and attaching all of the corners, and they really did turn out beautiful. And obviously I love the look of weathered wood. This wood looks very new, but that's okay. I know after a few Michigan winters, this wood will look nice and aged just like the old boxes did. So I'm not too worried about that. But once he had all of the boxes assembled, we went ahead and decided to move them over to the garden area and start with our weed barrier fabric. Now there's already some here that was left from before, but we just decided after moving all of that white rock out of here, again, that white rock, it was landscaping rock, but it was free. And we decided to remove that, give it to my sister. She's using it in her yard now. And instead we're going to go with pea gravel in this area. I just love the look of pea gravel. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And so after we laid down the weed barrier, which I will link for you on Amazon, it was a really great high quality one. My husband just went ahead and put the boxes in place, and he did have to kind of play with them a little bit and add some boards here and there on the insides of the boxes so that they would be level. You can see the ground is kind of sloping here, so he had to mess with them a bit so that when we pour pea gravel, it wouldn't all go underneath the boxes. Now we do plan on keeping this lavender bush here and the chives, and we're going to plant a few other things here as well just to help with the bees and the butterflies and pollinating. We also have a galvanized pail filled with herbs, but the thyme has kind of taken over completely. So I may even move the thyme to that other box so that I have room for some basil and oregano and things like that. Maybe some dill even. We love to make homemade ranch, and dill is a favorite over here. But while my husband takes a little break from that project, I decided to run up to the thrift store. I hadn't been to our local thrift store in a while, and I figured after all of the Memorial Day garage sales, I was pretty sure that the thrift store would be filled with lots of new goodies, and it was. And so I always like to check out this front area first. They have like some of the antique items, what they consider to be vintage antique in this front area. Unfortunately, the prices are much higher. You can see, for example, that this cute little brass scalloped dish that caught my eye is $12. Now, would I pay that at an antique store? I'm not sure, but it's hard for me to pay those prices at the thrift store. I don't know if it's just me. I guess I struggle with that. This was a cool little bottle too that I thought may have been neat up at the cabin for some decor. And this little soap dish, I'm assuming it's a soap dish, caught my eye. Again, $12. Now it's ironstone and it's really beautiful. And man, I don't know, would you guys pay $12 for that? Maybe I'm just being really cheap. But this little magazine basket was cute, only $5, and I got really distracted by the clothing you can see. I love stripes, but it was all half off, so I'm going to show you what I found. Now, we really needed a butter dish up at the cabin, and I put this one in my little basket, but I thought, man, $3, it's not that special. Let me keep looking. I did end up finding this cool picture that I thought might be neat up at the cabin. And I'm always looking for a plate set for our boys for like every day. I have some old Corelle dishes, and a few of you have messaged me and told me that the like little details on them contain lead, and so I haven't been using those, but I still would like to find a replacement for those. This little chicken caught my eye. I have a friend who has a bunch of chickens, and I seriously almost bought it for her. I thought it was the cutest little gravy bowl. But this basket also caught my eye. It's very rustic looking, has kind of like a bark type finish, and I thought, oh, this would be cute at the cabin. I'm sure you guys are so sick of hearing about the cabin and all of the things I'm buying for the cabin, but I had to grab that. And then this little basket I thought was cute too. You never can have too many baskets. I did take a picture of this mirror for my sister because it was only $5 and it's so pretty, and she has a lot of brass accents in her house. She loves detailed mirrors like this, so definitely going to send her a photo of that. And then I found this. Now I think it's maybe like supposed to be for a cream and sugar set, but I think I'm going to grab it for soft, for butter, for the cabin. All right, so let me go ahead and show you my haul. A lot of it ended up being clothing, and it's been a really long time since I've actually shown you guys a good thrift clothing haul. Most of my wardrobe is thrifted, and I did this in the winter time with you guys, but I thought it'd be fun to share some spring pieces. I got this linen top with this beautiful detail and buttons down the back. I think it was like $2, half off. Maybe a little boxy for this skirt, but you could tuck it in, and I just thought it was perfect for summer. I love how loose and baggy it is. That's kind of the type of clothing I gravitate towards now. This shirt is the same way. I love the ruffle detail and the stripes. I love stripes. And speaking of ruffles, another great tank top to hide that belly when you eat a whole lot of ice cream. I thought that was cute. And then I also got this like romper. Is that what these are called? I paired it with a jean jacket just because it's a lot of shoulder, but I thought it would be cute for like a date night, and I wore a little sun hat with it, and I just thought it was really comfortable and cute for summertime. So I grabbed that, and let's see, I also grabbed this really cute linen striped ruffly dress. Everything kind of goes together. I didn't do that purposely. This is just the type of stuff that I gravitate towards. Now, I will say I'm not sure about these linen overalls. What do you guys think? I don't know. Some girls can really pull off overalls, but I'm not so sure. I was laughing at myself because I put this hat on and then I just felt like a farmer. Nothing against farmers. I'm just not so sure that's the look I'm going for, so I'm laughing so hard at myself here. I even put the bag on for the full look, and oh my goodness, I was cracking up. I am not a model. I'm just not a fashionista. Okay, guys, I need help in that area. Let's just get back to the things that you care about most. Home decor. Okay, so I grabbed this fun picture. I thought it would be cute for the cabin. I know I've been buying a lot for the cabin lately, but I just thought it would be pretty in the kitchen there. I also got this little crock with a lid. I think it's probably like meant for sugar, but I thought it might be perfect for butter, softened butter for the cabin, and I love the little blue stripe. I actually really love this pattern. I wish I could find more plates that are like this. The little speckled detail in the blue stripe I think is really cute. And then I did end up getting that little basket. I just thought it was a cute little piece and I could use it for anything, I don't know. And then I grabbed that larger basket as well that looks a little bit more rustic. I thought it might be neat either on top of the fridge at the cabin or even below the microwave in that little sort of kitchen area that we created. So those are my finds. Why don't we get back to some outdoor projects? But before we do, I want to share some new outdoor pieces that I have been loving. Hey friends, I just want to take a brief moment to tell you about our new Sylvam Chase lounge chairs. We have been loving these chairs, and if you guys have been with me for a while, you know that we actually have the Sylvam Adirondack chairs as well. We got them about 2 years ago and they have held up so well. I will share about those in a minute and kind of give you an update on them, but first I want to talk about these new lounge chairs. Oh my goodness, they are such a beautiful addition to our backyard. First of all, the Sylvam Chase lounge chairs are easy to assemble. The nuts are pre-assembled. You only need to drill 20 screws into the pre-drilled holes. My husband was able to put these together in no time. He actually loves doing things like this. He's a puzzle guy and it was so simple for him. He didn't even have to use the directions. Of course, I do recommend using the instructions, but he was able to put them together no problem. The Sylvam Chase lounge chairs are also weather resistant. We have left our Adirondack chairs out all winter long and they are resistant to rotting, mold, or any type of peeling paint. These chairs also don't require any type of special maintenance. If they get dirty, you can simply wipe them down with a soapy sponge. And what we love so much about the Sylvam lounge chairs and our Adirondack chairs is that if for some reason you can't get a stain out, they can be lightly sanded because it's the same color through and through. So these chairs aren't painted. So when you rub off that surface layer, you're not going to be damaging the chairs themselves. So just recently, my husband took a very fine sandpaper and he just went ahead and cleaned up our white Adirondack chairs. They look so much better. Let me show you the difference here with just a light sanding. You can see one is a little bit yellow, probably from all the pollen that we've had recently. And then with just a light sanding, they look good as new. The Sylvam lounge chair also has a 5-level adjustable backrest angle. So you can adjust it to any angle you want. Close your eyes, enjoy the sun. I have definitely been lounging in this chair. I love using it in the evenings when we're out with the boys, but it's perfect if you want to lay out and do some sunbathing. I love the fact that it can go completely flat. So, you know, if you want to lay on your stomach or take a nap, they are just so perfect. These Sylvam lounge chairs are so beautiful, you guys. The color never fades. Sylvam uses a unique wood-like color technology. They abandon the exaggerated wood grain of traditional poly lumber just to show the most real and pure wood texture. And it's really difficult to distinguish the difference between Sylvam products and high-grade solid wood. I also love the fact that these chairs do not contain harmful substances like methane. And honestly, these Sylvam chairs will probably become the longest-lived decoration in your garden. The Sylvam Chase lounge chairs can withstand the weight of about 350 pounds, and they have just been such a beautiful addition to our gardens. So you guys are going to want to check Sylvam out. I'm going to put all this information down in the description box below for you. You can use my exclusive discount code PINE20 for 20% off of your Sylvam order. So make sure you guys take advantage of this offer. Like I said, all the information will be down below. We could not love these chairs more. They've been a wonderful addition to our backyard. I love coming into the backyard and seeing them. So make sure you check out that description box, use my link, and don't forget about the discount code PINE20 for 20% off. All right, guys, so when I got back from my little thrift store trip and we had some dinner, my husband decided to get back at it and start filling this garden area with some pea gravel. Now, we had all of this pea gravel delivered. And just for reference, because I'm sure people are going to ask, we had 3 yards delivered and look how much they brought us. I don't know if they brought more than what we measured for, but it was a lot of pea gravel, way more than what we needed. So for that amount of pea gravel, it was, I think the total was $211. So just to give you an idea, this is a pretty large area that we have. And of course we had to measure it and then subtract, you know, the square footage that the garden boxes would take up. But pea gravel is definitely an affordable option. We have a pea gravel patio. I have a whole video all about it. And when you price out, all the materials for lumber and even just a box of screws, oh my goodness, screws are so expensive. Pea gravel is definitely an affordable, budget-friendly option. If you're wanting to do like a patio or a walkway, or you just want pea gravel around your garden beds, kind of like what we're doing. So we are raking it out now and trying to make it like sort of level and of even thickness all around. And it's definitely a lot of work. And I'm just so thankful for my husband. He's the man. He's such a hard worker, and it just doesn't even faze him. He just smiles right through it. He's just always been that way. My family members all call Mike an Energizer Bunny because he never seems to run out of energy. But you can see here that my boys, they discovered the pea gravel, and it was very dirty. So, at first, I was trying to keep them off of this pile, but then I thought, hey, life is short. Boys, they love mud, they love dirt, they love getting dirty. Nothing a little hose water can't fix. So while my husband worked, they played in the pea gravel, and I can't remember how long it took him to fill this entire area. It wasn't a long time though. You can see it's very hard and heavy work, and he tried to fill that wheelbarrow as full as possible every single time. If I had been doing this, it probably would have taken me a lot more trips, but this was his very last little dump here. And let me just say, I was right there with him, working alongside him, raking stone, moving rock, laying weed barrier, but I am the one behind the camera, and so I know it looks like Mike is doing most of the work, and he did, but I try to help when I can. And one of the ways I know that I can help, my boys, you can see Gabe thinks I'm taking a picture. He's so cute. I did take several, but one of the ways that I like to help is just by baking and cooking, and I made this delicious banana cake. This is the second time that we have made this cake this spring. It is so good. And you know what, you guys? It's not even a gluten-free recipe. I just switch out the flour for gluten-free flour. It is so moist and so delicious. I think it has a cup of sour cream in the recipe, and there's a cream cheese frosting that goes along with it. So it's just one of those recipes you have to try. It's going to be a keeper for sure. So we decided to call it a night and enjoy some homemade banana cake out on the patio. And then afterwards, my husband hosed down the boys, and two of them really enjoyed it. The other one cried and screamed. But anyways, this little vegetable garden area is really coming along. But now comes the hard part. I have an experienced gardener friend at my church. She's going to help me. But if you guys have any other suggestions, like what to plant where, I have no experience with this. So I'm excited, a little overwhelmed, but also very excited. So share your tips with me. Now, if you guys can remember those boards that used to create this like walkway into our backyard, here they are. Early spring, we pulled those out and we actually replaced that little pathway with pea gravel and stepping stones. But I didn't want to just get rid of those boards. I thought maybe we could use them for something. And then my husband and I were talking about it, and we came up with this fun idea to actually kind of cut off the corners of each board to, I think the style is called like dog ear. There's different styles of like tips for fence boards. And he just cut the corner off of each, and then we went ahead and screwed them all together. So he just used another treated 2x4 and spaced them all evenly, and then screwed them all together to create like this panel. So very simple project. Of course, it was budget friendly because we had all of the materials, and it took him no time at all. And look how cute this looks. So he did that twice. Each panel had like 6 boards, and then he just brought them together to create this L shape. And wait till you see what we did with it. So We have always hated the way that our trash cans look over next to the house. It's like what you see when you pull into our driveway. And we are going to get some vinyl fencing, and then we just came up with this idea to use these boards to create this little hideout for our trash cans. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. It was such a simple project. And now when you step back and look at the house, you don't see trash cans. You just see these cute little fence panels that my husband built. And I don't know, I just thought it was a real fun, simple project that I thought I'd share with you guys. I still need to clip that hanger off of that plant on my porch. But anyways, I just thought it was fun and I wanted to share it with you guys. If you're looking for a way to hide your trash cans, this took no time at all. And of course you could go and purchase treated lumber if you don't have any extra laying around, but then my husband just screwed the two panels together, and again, it's just freestanding. Now, the last thing that I wanted to share with you, remember that arch that I got at the garage sale for free? I spent zero money on it. Well, my husband went ahead and power washed the entire thing to just kind of clean it up, and it actually cleaned up really nicely. I highly recommend getting yourself a power washer. We have used this thing for so many projects, but he went ahead and installed that as well, and it looks so good, you guys. It's such a quaint little entrance into our backyard. And anyways, I just love sharing thrifty outdoor ideas with you this time of year. We have put a lot of love into our backyard and garden spaces, but we've done so on a very low budget. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it encourages you and it inspires you. And it's just always so much fun taking you guys along with me thrifting and decorating, and as we tackle these projects around our home. So if you're new here, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.